Is procrastination stopping you from going after your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations? Now, I'm something this is sure that many of us can actually relate to. And there's been many days when I've just been sat looking at my laptop screen or my mobile phone screen, wanting to make some content that I could upload to my channel that would add value to people's lives. But far too often I found myself scrolling endlessly through social media, catching up on old movies, binge watching through Netflix series, basically anything, but actually taking the action steps that deep down I knew I wanted to take, but I just kept putting them off. I kept procrastinating. It seemed like I would do anything possible to keep putting off what I actually knew deep down I wanted to be doing and I should be doing. Instead, I was focusing on trivial things that really didn't add much value to my life. I think in general, we all feel like that sometimes, that we know we should be doing something that will actually move our life forward, but instead we keep putting it off until tomorrow, and then tomorrow arrives, and guess what? We put it off again until tomorrow, and then tomorrow arrives again, and so on and so forth, and this cycle keeps returning day after day. And I think we can break this process down into actually two cycles: the life that we're currently living and the life that we actually want to live. But how do we overcome that thought process of actually wanting to take action and instead of waiting for things to actually happen to us? So this is going to come down to how we basically learn to overcome procrastination, develop tactics on how to develop self-discipline. And if we can learn to overcome that initial resistance to take action, then once you actually get started and once you get over those first few minutes, then you can actually find, guess what? You actually get into that flow of creativity. And so for me, that was one of the most challenging parts of what I do. It's taken that initial step to set up the laptop, to do the research, to refine what it is I actually wanted to say, and then come up with a script that I could follow. So I'm not just thinking it. I want to make sure that I plan ahead so that I make sure all the information that I pass over is relevant to the video, but it's also going to provide you, the viewer, with the best details, tips, tactics, and the information that then you can start applying to your life straight away to get you the best results possible. That's why I'm here. And this is what I actually started to do. Even when I wasn't motivated, I started to show up on a more regular basis. And I actually found out that I really enjoy the creative process. It enables me to get that information out of my head onto paper, then onto video. But it also, for me, it enables me to learn, to develop, and actually to grow. But I also feel like I'm adding value to others. And when I look back on the days or even the weeks when I didn't take action, I always felt a little bit deflated in myself. And although there were some weeks that were obviously busier than others, there certainly was times during those weeks when I could have been more productive. And for me, this has really helped me find more focus so that at the end of each week or at the end of each day, I can look back, take some time in reflection and see that I've been able to actually produce some work that's going to help my life move forward as well as others. It's kind of nice to look back on the previous week and actually, do you know what? Pat yourself on the back for those extra steps that you've actually taken, the extra bit of work that you've done. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, I wanted to make sure that I was taking responsibility for my actions. Now, although sometimes some things are out of our control and we have certain responsibilities that we must do every week and others that we have to do every week. But it's during the downtime when we actually have a choice of how we use our time. Now, personally, I found this very motivating. And once you get motivated, guess what? It's a great way to develop momentum. Once you build up momentum, you can become unstoppable. I think Nike said it best, to be honest. Just do it. This 3-word sentence, that simple sentence just really says it all. Don't overthink it. Stop putting it off tomorrow because tomorrow never comes. Take action and just do it. So in this video, let's look at 3 tips that really help me find my focus that you can start using right now to overcome that procrastination and start developing awesome self-discipline. So tip number 1, develop a plan for the day ahead. This is about blocking out time so you can purely focus on the task at hand. So you can ask yourself, what is it I want to achieve in that next blocked out time? Once you can ask this question, then you can identify the goals you're looking to achieve in that time frame, but also the action steps you needed to take to make this happen. This also gives you a really good understanding of how long it might take for you to do a particular task, a particular project. Now, once you have that plan in place, you're developing that roadmap and the action steps that are also required to get there. During this time you're working, you're also ticking off something off your to-do list, that list of jobs, tasks, activities that you need and you want to get done. Guess what? Each time you tick something off, you get that little spark of excitement, right? Because you know you're doing something positive, you're moving forward. This releases the feel-good hormone dopamine, which is designed to make you feel good and to also make you keep doing those positive steps so you get more release of dopamine. It's designed to make you do it time and time again. So that's why it's really important. Tick something off, feel excited, release dopamine. But having a plan is really important, but it also says that you matter and that your goals matter. Now, tip number 2 is to make sure that you're focused purely 100% on the task at hand. Now, this requires you to remove all distractions during that time frame that you're working. And let's face it, there's a multitude of distractions. From the first thing in the morning, last thing at night, there's distractions all around us. But this is going to be critical for your success and for what you want to actually achieve in your life. So when you're blocked out time, what I want you to think about is switching off your mobile phone, placing it out the way so it's not a distraction, switching off email notification, making sure if you work in a busy office, find a quiet office where you can go to, find a quiet room, close the door, let people know that you're working on a particular project for a given amount of time. Maybe wear noise cancelling headphones and let people know that when you're wearing those headphones, you're not to be disturbed, because that's when you're focused at that activity that's going to really help move you forward. As soon as you take the headphones off, then people know that they can come up and they can speak to you. But it's important that that time that you're focused in and you've planned is really 100% laser focus on what it is you're looking to achieve, because that's important to you, right? And this is what's going to move your life forward. It's about having your life's purpose, which leads me lovely and nicely on to tip number 3, which is whatever you're working on, be passionate about it. Once you're passionate about something, you're enthusiastic about it, and it becomes a joy to work on. It's not work then. If anybody ever asks you about it, what it is you do, you can tell them, they'll be able to tell from how you interact with them straight away how much you love it by your body language, by the way that you speak, the way that you're projecting your voice. They'll be able to tell how enthusiastic you are about it just by your mannerisms and by the way you talk about that subject. And this is absolutely critical. If you're working on something that's a sideline, a new business idea, a side hustle, whatever it is, it's much easier to work on something and put a plan in place to remove all distractions, to take regular action when you're passionate about the thing you're working on. So if you're looking to start up a new business, new idea, make sure that it's something that you've got passion about it, that you love, that you're enthusiastic about it. Because if you go and tell someone about it, they should feel that enthusiasm radiate off of you straight away. And that's really important. That your mannerisms, you smile, your eyes light up. You just are a lot more engaged in that conversation because it's something that really burns a fire deep in your belly that you love and you're passionate for. And then you want to help other people maybe achieve as well. So I really hope this gives you 3 awesome tips on how you can overcome that procrastination. It happens to all of us, it happens to everyone, but it's how we learn how to deal with it, where we can set aside that time, remove those distractions, and really focus on things that we love, that we're passionate about, that's going to help move our life forward. Until next time, I'm Adrian. I shall see you soon.